voice of the patriot. And this voice is the voice of the people. I want to say thank you so much for coming along. I appreciate you and I love you. Oh, yes, I appreciate you. Now, this story says, and I'm reading this from Ghana Web. Absconded former Maslock CEO's location identified. She will be extradited soon. And this is the Deputy Attorney General. I read. Now, Deputy Attorney General Alfred Tuya Yeboah has disclosed that the government has identified the whereabouts of Sedinam Ationu Tamaklu, former Chief Executive Officer of the Microfinance and Small Loans Center, Maslock. Sedinam Tamaklu Ationu has been sentenced to 10 years in prison with hard labor. However, Sedinam Ationu Tamaklu is currently out of the country and is not serving her jail time. But speaking in an interview with Kumasi-based Sompa FM, Deputy Attorney General Mr. Alfred Tuya Yeboah disclosed that the government has identified her location and is working with their partners in the United States to get her back in Ghana. Sedinam Ationu Tamaklu was the Maslock boss in the NDC administration. She's known to have been engaged in some form of thievery. I am shocked that a woman would engage in such theft. That is why the judge who sat on the case said that the accountant who helped her was jailed for 5 solid years. I am glad that the Deputy Attorney General is telling us that they have located this woman. The courts have described her as a thief. So we can adequately call her a thief because by law, she is a thief. She's been engaged in some form of thievery. My brother, for this nation to grow, we have to put aside all the party colors and look at the red, gold, green, and black. Now, the colors of our nation should be more important than any other color. How many of you agree with me? My brother, my sister, today somebody goes here and says he's a member of this political party. He was born into that political party, so he's become a robot. He cannot make his own decisions because he was born into a robotic political party, so he's been robotized. Yet I've never heard anybody say, I was born into poverty and I will remain in poverty all my life because it is my pride, or better still, is prideful to be poor. So I want to remain in my poverty. Everybody is looking at escaping from poverty, yet we are not ready to escape from this robotized minds, mediocre minds, regionalized minds. My brother, my sister, we are short-circuited in our brains every now and then, and we are not ready to break free from these mental shackles. I'm glad that the woman has been located, but let me sound a caution. If you are only saying this because elections are here, so you can win elections and go away, my brother, my sister, we know you dirty politicians all over Africa. All you do is to win elections. You do everything possible to win elections. You tell the electorate sweet stories, and it looks like the electorates never learn. Yes. Oh, when we win power, we shall return the seized excavators to you. Oh, don't vote for this party. They killed some Christian ministers and also a fetish priest. Don't ever vote for them. They are only building mortuaries and not building hospitals and mosques. Oh, vote for me so that I can carry the sea all the way from Accra to Kumasi so that the people of Kumasi can see the sea as well. And electorates believe some of these stories. It is sad. It looks like in our nation, we have thrown common sense away. A lot of us are refusing to think. A lot of us, my brother, my sister, are short-circuited in the brain. I am glad that this woman has been identified and located. It's taking so long to be able to bring back this woman. The way I know the American system, this should have been one of the easiest things to do. I don't know why this thing has tarried. Trust me, if they were looking for marijuana smokers, even if they were in holes, they would dig them out and embarrass them and jail them. Yet the big thieves, like this woman here, Weyome and the rest of them, who the court said they stole from the people of Ghana, not Blakk Rasta, a lot of them are still walking free without paying the full amounts and the full rigors of the law applied. My brother, my sister, it is sad where our nation is going. You'll be shocked that the NDC will come into power and this woman will resurface and be given up an appointment. They will see that as political witch hunt. They will see that as, oh, she was being targeted politically. For all you know, she even stole the money and gave 50% of it to her political party to campaign and win elections. Again, it doesn't matter which party you support. It only matters what matters to Ghana. You will be shocked that this woman stole the money and gave a big chunk of the money to her political party to help the party buy votes to be able to win elections. This is what politicians do, and it's so sad. And if you're a true son of Ghana, you must condemn it. It doesn't matter which party you belong to. It does matter. All that matters to Ghana. Oh, it's our thief, so it's not a thief. Because this person steals money and comes to give some of the money to us. So this is not a thief. This is a philanthropist. Better still, a philanthropic thief. But as long as this person steals and we don't get anything out of it, that's a thief. Where do you come for? Come for pa ewi. My brother, my sister, what kind of logic is this? What's the definition of a thief? Somebody who takes something that does not belong to him or her without permission. That's a thief. It doesn't matter what you steal. It could be Kobe. It could be a pen. Hey, it could even be airtime. Hey, it could even be petrol, fuel, somebody's car. Hey, my brother, anything that is stealable, when you steal it, you are a thief. Please, expedite action. Bring this woman home. She's not better than the people who smoked marijuana and they are in jail. She's not better than those who stole plantains and are in jail. She's not better than those who stole fowls for Christmas and they are in jail. And they are not, she's not better than all the innocent people in jail. There are a lot of people who are in jail. I won't call them criminals. They are only answering to some charges, or they are in prison as charged. There are so many people in prison who are so innocent. So if you make up your mind that everybody in prison is a criminal, then you are short-circuited in your brain. Have I spent too much time on this? Now the next thing I would like to look at, and I please implore you, I implore you to come along whilst we look at this. And this is very important to me. Today my producer told me, Blakk Rasta, please take time and handle this issue. I know you are passionate about it. This is what it is. From Ghana Web, accountant jailed for stealing 40,000 Ghana cedis from Ghana Police Church. Spends it on aviator. In Nigeria, they say aviator. What is the story all about? My brother, this is the Ghana Police Church. He stole 40,000 cedis of tithes and offering, and he used it to gamble. Aviator. An accountant, Edward Unicorn, has been sentenced to 2 years in prison by an Adentan Circuit Court for dishonestly appropriating 40,433 Ghana cedis and 50 pesos from the Ghana Police Church. Unicorn 32 admitted to using the stolen money to place bets on Aviator on an online betting game in desperate attempts to win. He pleaded guilty to the charge of stealing, explaining his addiction to the game and his failed attempts to seek help. I spent the money by playing Aviator. I staked it and never won. I was desperate to win, but I lost. I was addicted to Aviator, so my brother referred me to a doctor at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. I called him twice, but never went to see him. I put in the 40,000 bit by bit, Unicorn explained. The court presided over by Mrs. Sedinam Awo Kwadam convicted Unicorn on his own plea, according to a report by My Joy Online. He was ordered to pay 5,000 Ghana cedis and an amount of 2,775 retrieved from him was directed to be given to the Ghana Police Church. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh, Aurewo Sem. Aurewo. Aurewo papa. Oh, Ibrazinya Kupon. Sometimes I read some of these stories and tears run down my eyes. Should this man go to jail or he should be taken to a psychiatric hospital? It's an addiction. If somebody's addicted to stealing, you shouldn't jail the person. You should take the person to a psychiatric hospital. He's suffering from a disease called kleptomania. It's a sickness. It's like arresting somebody who's addicted to smoking cigarette or marijuana, and you take him to jail. The psychiatrists continue telling us, no, these people should not go to jail. It's a medical condition. You don't jail people because they are sick. But shall we come to the reality of this case? Two political parties, the biggest ones, NPP, NDC, are both promising that they are going to churn out more and more people who are gamblers when they win power. Baumia says, when I win, I'm going to cancel all the taxes on betting so that you can go on and do Aviator, be addicted to it, be arrested and taken to jail. Mahama comes and tells us, oh, when you vote me into power, because the economy is so hard, I am going to take out all the taxes on your betting so that you can bet more and we will make a nation of gamblers. Listen to the common sense. These two political parties. Are they thinking about Ghana? Or they are thinking about winning votes? Look, Ghana first too. I know by now, some NPP person is sitting somewhere and says, oh, Akrawe, wa question we nubium. And an NDC man is sitting somewhere and says, Akrawe, the onye predicted crowd, no crowd, bodam. Hey, my bodamu, my shiwiu, my edienwu, Ghana first, my brother. Look at a man who is an accountant for a church, not any other church. If it was the church of Nima, I would have said, okay, no problem. If it was the church of cantonments, I would have said, oh, no problem. Or church of Abu Abu, no problem. This is police church. Police. Ha! Kromfo, when you saw the crowd, police are there, no best ube. Ha! Kromfo, me say, when you saw the crowd, police are there, no best ube. Ha! You see, Kramai, ni en saw the crowd, and then you bolga jum. My brother, this is where the accountant has gone to steal. In the middle of the police area, he has stolen police money. Money that even belongs not only to the police but to God. Hallelujah. And he used it to do the same things the Bible and the church are against. If it is not an addiction, then what is it? I expected these political parties to all come out like Kennedy Japan said, I will increase taxes on betting so that I will make this very, very uncomfortable for people to vote. But no, they both want votes. It's a game. They do not care, making so many people addicted to nonsense for them to win elections. After all, it's all about the numbers. It's a numbers game. Please come along with me. Am I being too emotional? Or am I being silly? And I will say my question, and I will say my boredom. Hey, ya papa. Who cry boredom crano? Who say, hey, you're good. Bet no, you're good. Who bet you control? My brother, let's be careful. Why are we not telling people to go and use cocaine, but they should use it wisely? Because you know it's very addictive. What is more addictive than betting? Betting is more addictive than cocaine. Lotto is more addictive than heroin. In my area, the 5 suicides that I saw as a little boy growing up, in fact, all of them before they died, you know the song they were singing? Lotto, 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 yay, Lotto, hey, Lotto, yay, Lotto. Because they lost heavily in Lotto and our form trim. What is the difference between Lotto and Aviator? You give the same terrible names. You change their names and give them good names. At the end, your friend will Lotto. It's a terrible thing. Those days, everyone was running away from being called a Lotto staker. Oh, I cry or Lotto, banker to banker. Your best reward. Or Babia and Wario say, wait, or Lotto. And I say, or Lotto. Once they realized the name was so terrible, they have changed it now to Aviator, Petitilum, Macillon. Very pretty names they give to this dangerous addiction. Better still, a medical issue. When you smoke marijuana, a fa utrimwa, you are addicted to it. Should you go to jail or you should go to the psychiatric hospital? Uko we are there. Now obia area no him say we are there pa. You are addicted to stealing. You are suffering from kleptomania. Should you go to jail or you should go to the psychiatric hospital? Is it an offense to be addicted? Is it punishable or is it reformatory? Kai, we are being too much. Now the next thing I want to look at, and my producer says don't do more than this. After this, let's close and move on. Mate. Now this one here is also from Ghana Web, and it says Galamsey menace. A Chinese will soon be president of Ghana. Tai chi me chai cho, PCI shefo. I'm for shefo for shefo for I'm for shefo for shefo. Right now, some Ghanaian churches are singing Chinese. When you go to the University of Ghana, they are studying Chinese because China has become a powerhouse globally. Now somebody here called Professor Sapon. He's not like me, who's not a professor. He's not a Rasta man like me for you to even say, Wakoshi Bibi. Professor no any. Professor Sapon. He's saying that very soon, instead of having John Dramani Mahama or Nana Akufo-Addo or John Evans Atta Mills as president, we'll have Hin Kyan Hong as president. My brother, my sister, world-renowned poet and professor of linguistics, Professor John Asiedu Sapon, has predicted that a Chinese national will soon become the president of Ghana. Now, according to the Septuagenarian, the prediction will come to pass in the next 30 years. 30 years. 30 years is what? Next 5 years, 6 years. At most next 10 years. If the rates at which Galamsey and this thing is going on, if it's not stopped, we shall have it. Now, according to the man, he says for the next 30 years, we will have a Chinese president. I can see that very soon a Chinese national will become president of this nation, Ghana. They will succeed because they've impregnated our women and given birth here. So they will qualify to contest for president. This will happen in the next 30 years. Professor Sapon made these remarks during a chat with a Ketechia Frifa Mensa. My brother, this is what the man is saying. Prof Pa.
Yabo.
Have you forgotten that there are some towns here in Ghana that have installed and skinned Chinese people as chiefs? Yet their own indigenes, they loathe. The wise ones in their communities, no, they will never be chiefs because they have no money. Wealth is now so synonymous with wisdom, as Kennedy Japan would keep erroneously talking about. Have you seen a professor who has money before? Have you seen a rich professor before? For him and Cheddar, money is all about wisdom. In other words, if you have money, you automatically have wisdom. It's sad, isn't it? My brother, my sister, this is what the man is saying. By our laws, if a Chinese man comes here and he marries one of our very own and he impregnates her, even if they don't even have children, he qualifies to call himself a Ghanaian. All he needs to do to be able to run for elections is to renounce his Chinese citizenship and hold on to his Ghanaian citizenship. So soon on the ballot box, you'll see Tia Chung Ho, Min Chin Ho, Lee Kuan Yew running for president of some party. And they have the money. After all, you have given them the leeway to all your minerals in this country. So once they have the money and your electors are so cheap, they don't think. They only look at money and they give their thumbprints. You will soon have a Chinese president, Lee Kuan Yew. He's made a lot of sense. Somebody will see it as a comic relief. But if you're a little deep, think about this. Hey, let a Chinese man come here to MGL. And he says he wants a young girl to marry. Let's announce it on radio. Oh my God. You'll be shocked that ladies even here will block all the gates here so that nobody from Choco or Nima will come in. They themselves are ready for the Chinese. It is not to say we hate Chinese. We will never do that. We are not racist people, much as we're talking about Chinese. Because when it comes to Galamsey, all fingers are pointing at Chinese. It's the same thing that could happen to any other national. Chinese, Indian, Singaporean, anybody with money can be president of this nation. Is this a setting point for us to review? I leave it here. It's been the voice of the patriot.